All right, welcome back to the GameChanger 00100 show. I'm your host, GameChanger. All right, this is my second show today. I'm going to try to keep it brief, but you know how I get sometimes. But no matter what, it's going to be a good show. So, as always, well, actually, before I even get into the short of the day, let me talk about I don't think it's a real mass movement, but apparently there exists some women, some black women, who are moving back to Africa. And when I say back, it's not like they lived there before, but like back to the land of their ancestors. To find mate, to find love, companionship, etc., 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 etc. And it's not going too well for them, as I understand, for a number of reasons. One, the myth that black men are attracted, or African men are particularly attracted to overweight women is there's context to that don't really exist. But the long and short of it is no, they're not. They like slim women just like everybody else do. The reason why it seems like that is, well, Africa for a while now has been used as a sort of brothel for the world, which means that it's not just here in the US. A lot of women from all over the world go to Africa for, let's just say XEX tourism and to, get their fantasies fulfilled. So they tend to be more welcoming and inviting to overweight women because there's a financial incentive to be that way. And another reason is that they're poor and poor men just tend to wind up with big women. That's comes with the territory of being poor sometimes. So that's what you see. But there's this exodus, and I'm not really mad at the women for trying this exodus, but I'm just going to point out the flaw in it. But before I get into that, let me present to you, let's see, the short of the day. All right, hit that like button when you come in. Hit that like button, please, please. All right.
Yo, fine. Tune in, bro. Mind your business with your book.
I like seeing stuff like that. I do. I like seeing stuff like that. Stop annoying people, putting your foot on the back of their seat. You know better than that. But yet you still chose to do it. You got your comeuppance. I like seeing stuff like that. Okay. So that's the short of the day. But yeah, I, now now the whole concept of okay, I understand it, but then I don't. And you will see women traveling for companionship. I see that in my own personal travels. I've never seen it in Asia, but I think that Asian men, quite frankly, aren't really desired by Western women like that. But I have seen it in Latin America. I've seen it a lot in Latin America. And in many cases, in fact, most cases, these are women that are attractive enough to find mates on the block that they live on, really, but for whatever reason, they're looking for it. Now, in the case of Latin man, I understand what the women are doing because they are in love with Latin culture. They're in love with because I talked to them in my travels. They're in love with Latin culture. They're in love with, of course, they're in love with the physicality of the Latin man, but they're in love with the culture, the food, the dance style, things like that. So that's why they travel to Latin America for that. And a guy doesn't have to be rich in order to fulfill that particular fantasy of theirs. Um, so that's one thing that I noticed. Now, as far as the women that travel to Africa, and these are primarily white women, they're really doing it for the penis. They're really doing it for sexual attention and to be sought after by someone that needs them more than they want them. But also, and this is one, and you may ask, why don't they just find like an African guy where they live, like an African immigrant where they live? And typically it's places like England or France or something like that. And the reason that they don't is because they want to have their desires fulfilled absent the eyes of white men. I kid you not. They want to do what they do without white men around in the country, just on the streets or whatever, because it's not a good. I don't know why they worry too much about it, but I could understand that it's not a good look, and it's kind of obvious what you're doing if you see like a woman in her 40s and she's overweight and stuff like that, and she's walking down the street hand in hand with a man in his 20s. You could kind of see that this is not a regular relationship, that this is not a relationship built on love. So I think that's one reason that they prefer to go to the continent as opposed to dealing with the Afro-Europeans or African immigrant men that live in their country. Hit the like button. Now, let me just go back some. I should have been doing this while. All right. What? See, y'all got to hit the like more. Hold on. I'm gonna wait while y'all hit the like more. And then while y'all do that, while y'all start hitting that button, I will be looking up the video. Yeah, I put 2 videos too close back to back. I shouldn't have did that, but sometimes it has to be done. All right. Here we go. When it hit go. All right. So move that chair. Okay. Screen. All right. Fair use. Fair use.
If ever anyone from the diaspora, if you're a lady and needed a message or a sign before coming to Africa, this is your sign.
People see Ghanaian men, in particular, African men, as family men, not taking into consideration that there's a lot of things that come with that. Africa is not this promised land like everyone thinks it is, or the propaganda that's been spewed. I will speak my truth. Most men don't want a woman saying things that are strong and or truthful and or authoritative. And so most American women are coming with that empowered concept. You didn't have to leave to find a beautiful Black man. In all honesty, what happens to the American woman when she comes here, who she learned to be in her home country, everything that her parents taught her, her guardians taught her, to empower her, to uplift her, to strengthen her through her toxic experience, they are completely almost shattered when she comes into an environment like this, because the women do not have the empowerment that your ancestors fought for. They are just now scratching at the surface. It would probably be much more easier for a man from abroad to come and to find his women, because the women kind of like do everything here, unless they...
Okay, let me stop for a second. What she's saying is that men haven't changed. Men still want the same thing for women, and really women still want the same thing for men. It's just that in the West, women started behaving like men, and that doesn't translate to well when you go to other countries. It don't. So they're going to other countries looking for men that want to provide, protect, and have a strong sense of family, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, okay, well, we have those qualities, but we have those qualities for our women. What's going on, Lion? We have those qualities for our women. See, apparently in Ghana, which I've never been, and really most functioning cultures, what's going on, Jason? Is that men and women are groomed to be together. I repeat, men and women are groomed to be together. They're groomed to complement each other. And that's something that generations past, especially in the Black community, haven't really done successfully they dropped the ball on that. Like the whole concept of women's liberation and independent women, I get why the first couple of the traditional generations, they did that so their daughter won't get with a sleaze bag that beats and mistreats her and something like that, but she has to in order to pay the bills. So I get why they started it, but they didn't really realize what they were doing. Listen, say you have a daughter and a son, right? And you raise your daughter to be a strong, independent woman. You raise your daughter to be independent, but you still raise your son to be dependable. So what you did was you raised a generation of girls who are not compatible with the generation of boys raised by the same people. But here it seemed like they raised them to be together. It's like, okay, we're going to raise our sons to be strong family men, and we're going to raise the girls to complement these strong family men.
They are rich and or have like a social upbringing of equilibrium, we're Western educated and things to that nature. We can go really deep, but I won't. But there's so many tiers. There's so many tiers. You have to be wise about your decisions as to why you're coming here. The reason why I came here was bloody darn stupid.
These sons of Pharaoh, they will leave you in a desert without water. Now, when I watched a video, I was like,
okay, somebody said feminism. Let's see. What's that? Permeate those cultures yet? Okay. It's very difficult for feminism to exist in any place where the quality of life for a single person is far less than the quality of life of a married person. Feminism can't exist in that. The only reason why it exists here is because even though it may or may not be, depending on what a woman values, they commercialize single life and single womanhood as being more fun than motherhood. That's why you have shows like Sex and the City, Living Single, Single Ladies, just input any show where they have 4 attractive 30 plus women living in a major metropolitan city, trying to get through life with a high income. That's them selling single life to them. That's them saying that, oh yes, you can get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by drinking mimosa with your 3 friends all day. And then every week there's a new millionaire, that you find something wrong with. That's them selling that life to them. Nowhere else in the world is it that type of party outside the West. Nowhere else in the world. There aren't jobs, in Ghana where women are, it's not even believable that you get paid, for working 2 hours a week and sipping mimosas. That's not even feasible, for the rank and file women there. So they don't even fantasize about the single life. There's nothing fun about that. Like Western women actually think it's cool to be 35 in a club, bagging that bass up.
whoa. And prayers to her, because I love the way she expressed herself to the core. When she said it's not all beds of roses in Africa, she meant it. And I think majority of the times we don't speak about the fact that we have our sisters from the diaspora coming also to Africa to start a life or for relationship, seeking love, wanting an endeavor of starting a new life in Africa. Like, it's so easy for men, of course. And I saw this video from O'Shea Duke Jackson.
I like the way she said his name. O'Shea Duke Jackson. It's interesting that she has a bunch of safety pins on her blazer. Yeah. But she said something interesting. She's saying, like, this is an environment where it's easy for a man to find quality women. Like, it's stupid for women to leave. Like, okay. And this isn't me trying to cash in or anything, because trust me, I'm not really into y'all like that. But the truth of the matter is that there is no place better in the world to find a quality man than in the US. There's no place else in the world, and I'm including the rest of the West. And let's just take an average woman. An average woman is not going to do better anywhere. She's not going to find a six-packier man anywhere else in the world. She's not going to find a six-figure man anywhere else in the world. She's not going to find a six-footed man anywhere else in the world. It's just not, you are not going to get a better deal anywhere else in the world. You know, men are extremely desperate here. You know, that's why average women be having full inboxes. You're not going to get a better deal anywhere as far as the qualities that you look for in a man. Anywhere. Point blank, period.
When he was talking about how difficult it is for the sisters from the diaspora to establish themselves in Africa, I was like, hold on, why? But after seeing this lady, I understood what he was saying. It is actually hard. God forbid, and you're coming to Africa because you talked with someone online and you think, I'm going to Africa, I'm going to chase this relationship and make it work. I want to warn you, my sisters, the moment you put yourself in a position of coming to Africa for a relationship, you need to be prepared to be taken advantage of. Because in Africa, we have a certain mindset about African American ladies, okay? You are empowered in America, like she said, but when you come here, your walls are going to crumble down. You're going to start from scratch. You're going to start from zero, establishing yourself in a new culture, adjusting to the new ways of living or existing with African people, most especially a man, because in Africa, it's different. Like in America, it's different. In Africa, when you come here, you're going to have to let your guard down and let the man be everything. And I'm sorry to break it to you.
It's really not different. It's really not different because you're supposed to do that here. See, she's missing something. She's missing that the adjustments that they need to make over there in order to get an African man is the same adjustments that they should have made here in order to get an African American man. The reason that they're there is because they didn't want to make those adjustments. Somebody says adjust to be humble. Yeah, I mean, but they're looking for a place where they don't have to be humble. That's the thing. Like when guys travel, particularly like passport bro types for long-term relationships, they didn't have to adjust. The same thing that they were offering an American woman, they were offering foreign women. You know, like, hey, you know, how about, you know, I cover the majority of the bills, you know, take you on date nights and, you know, and treat you well, don't beat you or nothing like that. It's the same thing. You know, Zoom to Thailand is offering the same thing that he would have offered her here in the States. And I'm saying her is like a equivalent beauty, but you're getting less. But they're demanding more, and you know they're demanding more from you. Now they're not making the same demands there. I will grant them that, because you know they're not going there saying I want a man that makes $500,000 a year. They're not even going there demanding a guy that makes $500,000 a lifetime. But we'll get into that.
You're going to experience a lot of bullshit from African men. This is why I say be on guard. Make sure you have some little money on you, that you know when things don't work out, you are not stuck in a situation you don't want to be in. And you must know this man, even if, yes, he might have good intentions of being with you, African men, not even African men, in Africa in general, because we think you have more money than us, the intention of using you is going to be there. Like when she said she experienced a lot of difficulties with the sisters in Africa, they're going to look at you like, so you must really have lowered your standards to be with an African man on the continent of Africa.
That was a unexpected change. She just like changed her clothes and background and, you know, took off her hat or whatever that was. Yeah.
You left your good life in America and you're here to suffer with African men. And here in Africa, we have that thing of like, oh, okay. So you're here. You can have them. Let's see how it works well for you. God forbid if you are like some of the ladies that see from America that come to Africa with an entitlement mindset, like I'm American. Everybody.
Now, foreign women do look at American men like that. Some of them do. And it's not that they don't understand or it doesn't make sense to them, because it does. It's the magnitude. It's the magnitude that some of them gripe with. Not all, but some of them gripe with. Here's what I mean by that. They understand that most men who are going to these countries are looking for women, whether it's wives, girlfriends, lovers. They're looking for women. They don't think that it should be that important to move to a country of such wealth, to live in a country where the wealth isn't really there. There's very few women that really understand that, and they just don't get that you're bringing your wealth with you. But a lot of them, but some of them do be on that. Like, are American women really that bad? Especially in Asia, because they have a different view of American women. But yeah, they don't understand that it's that bad. Now, as far as the women go, yeah, the women are going to look at you crazy, like she's describing. And the reason why African women would look at an African American woman like she's crazy, and trust me, I know this because I dealt with African women before, to leave an American man, not just an African American man, to leave a place where you have access to American men, you are out your freaking mind. You are out your freaking mind. These women would love to just have an American guy. If you bring your, salary from Walmart there, they will be happy to have you. And the fact that you are leaving that to go to a place where the men are broker, they think you're stupid.
Is supposed to bow down to me, honey, and you do not lower yourself to fit into the culture, knowing the language, making friends, understanding your community, it's going to be difficult. Not here to discourage you, but I'm here to say the truth the way it is. Because when this lady says, I am miserable, she means it. And she regrets, why did I pack my bags to come to Africa? And I'm here to tell you, before you make that huge...
Okay, she's misunderstanding the woman. Because the other woman that she's talking about, she was really warning women. That woman there, I looked at her channel. She has a man. She has a man, and I think he's American. They both live in Africa, and, they talk about their lifestyle in Ghana, and, the barbecues and stuff that they have, and, just the different adaptations that they made. So she's not talking about herself. She already brought her penis with her because she understands the value of humility, and submission. She's talking about the rest of you broads.
Decision to pack your bags, sis, make sure you have a backup plan, because I'm going to tell you the facts. Unless if you have money, and even if you have money, still you're going to meet people that are going to have to use you. Be on guard, be serious, be about your business, be about your money. Don't flaunt it. Don't take nonsense. Even if you're here for a relationship, you want to get your African boo thing. No, they are vouchers here and they want to use you. That mindset of the African prince, it does not exist in real reality. African men are smooth talkers. Like, if you have watched 90 Day Fiance, you see how people act when they want the green card. That. And that's the reality.
I haven't watched that.
Nice and all cute in the beginning, and they will be calculating what can I get from her. And, You know what, my sisters from the diaspora, I beg of you, never, ever, 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 ever come with the mindset to the motherland that I have money. I'm not looking for money. I can provide for myself. I don't give a shit if this man doesn't have. Honey, leave your masculine energy in America. Literally, just.
This chick just told Black American women to leave their masculine energy in America. An African woman, a dark-skinned African woman, told Black American women to leave your masculine energy in America. Wow. That is deep. That is deep. Leave your masculine energy in America.
Dress yourself of that masculine energy. When you are deciding to be with an African person, make sure they are educated, they are financially stable, they can take care of you, and act like you are lame and broke. You got nothing. Your life is
Educated, financially stable, and can take care of you. You want to know where they have those type of men? In America. There is no better place. See, men travel for a different type of woman than the type of woman that exists here in abundance. When we go places, we're not saying, we might ask just to be polite, where did you go to school? And then they just mentioned the elementary school that they went to or some crap like that. I do not care. I do not care if you have a 6th grade education or something like that. I do not care. We do not care. We are leaving educated women to find, to find women where education is not their selling point. If you are trying to find educated men, educated provider men in, one of the poorest countries in the world, if you are leaving the wealthiest country in the world to find a provider, to find a provider in a developing country, then you're just foolish. Then at that point, you're looking for the same thing.
in their hands when it comes to provision. Because the moment you dare open your mouth and speak anything concerning money, that's it. They're going to use you. They are going to use you. Yes, someone can use you when they love you, but they love you because of the benefits they can get off you. As a lady from the diaspora, these men are going to be looking at the green card. They're going to be looking at that American citizenship. Times they will even be pushing you to okay, now we've gotten each other, let's go back to America, because now they're thinking of the opportunities. And you're thinking, I'm living in America, I'm coming to Africa to start a new life, but for them, they are calculating otherwise. So just make sure.
Yes, they are. It is the ultimate. It is the ultimate dream. That is almost better than a lottery for a person in a developing country to move to the US, get a US income, and then take that income back to their country. That is the ultimate dream. That is the ultimate dream. Let me tell you, let me show you what I mean. Hold on. Minimum wage in Ghana. All right. All right. In line with section 13. Okay. Minimum wage ranges from 1488 of their money to 1815. I'll even go with the high end. Let's see what 1815 of their money is, because this is what most people make. It's not a bar thing like it is with ours. So hold on. Ghana to USD. All right. So $1.42. $1.42. That is their daily bread. $1.42. If you are a dude out there making $1.42, and you come here and you work at Walmart for $30K because you got your green card, you work at Walmart for $30K. In 1 year, you have saved up a lifetime of income. You are stuck. Yeah. Like, why would he stay with you when he has his choice of local women now?
Or you are on the same page with this person. Because in America, I feel like you can do anything. Like in America, the bare minimum, even if like you make $3,000 or $4,000 bare minimum in America, it is a lot when you bring it to Africa. That compared to Africa, that's a lot of money. And
okay, so somebody says something. Jason says 1,500 to what is that? 3,000 median annual income. Yeah, and that's the median. That's the median. That equates to about $3 to $6 a day. But that's the median. That's not the minimum. I'm talking about the minimum, because the way the median works is like, say if 10 people makes $1.42, but one person makes $10, then the median, or no, that's not how that works, because it's 10 people that do it. But trust me, because there isn't much of a middle. There isn't much of a middle. So you're either on one side or the other, but still it's low. They will, okay, it's like this. When we had that conflict in the Middle East earlier this millennia, they were paying big bucks for regular civilians to go out there and drive trucks, and just do stuff, to go out there and drive trucks and stuff like that. They were paying big money, so people are willing, and a lot of Americans did, because it was big money. Like, you could hit a hammer on a nail here and get paid $40 an hour, or you could do the same thing there and get paid, I don't know, maybe $500 to $600 a day. So, people are willing to do that. People are willing to go somewhere for a short period of time to become wealthy in doing that, and then bring that wealth back to the place where they're more familiar with. These guys are not dreaming about being an American woman's, chib, spelled backwards or sounded out backwards. All right. So salute Celine, salute Sweet Melody Speaks, Jason, I said you, Ismaili, salute.
I will tell you the truth. A normal, ordinary guy in Africa cannot make that amount of money. So make sure you are prepared for a poverty life when you come to Africa. Like, literally, I mean, the bare.
Exactly. Like, you are ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense when you think about what women seek a man for, to go to a place where the median income is $1,500 a year. Like you just broke up with dude and you called him dusty and broke because he lost his job. But even still, his side job, his YouTube ad revenue, is still more than $1,500 a year. So you left the dude because he was broke, or because he got disbarred or something like that. You're like, oh no, you broke and dusty, and then you go to a dusty or broke place. That's ridiculous.
A minimum. Because if you can calculate what $2,000 can do for you in Africa, you are rich, baby. And chances of you finding a man who can even provide 50% of that, it's like a probability of 10 to 100. Do not get into this excitement. Oh, I got an African man. This is, and you know what? These African men, they know that these American ladies, they are coming to Africa. They just want to be with an African man. They have this fantasy about Africa. Yo. They want to brag that my man is from the motherland.
Why she threw that in there? Yo. I like this chick.
They use that as an advantage, and you will find they will be telling their friends the real intentions for you and about you. It is not a fantasy world in Africa, and however much we come here and say me and Agire, come to the motherland, it is way easier for men to come to the motherland. If you are an African American lady, please, my sister, I beg you, be on guard.
She is killing it. She's like, listen, it's a cool place to be if you're a man, but what are you looking for in this country of $1.42 wage earners that you're not finding in America? So Celine says something. All right. I heard it's a phenomenon where old British women go to Gambia. They go pretty much throughout the continent, the sub-Saharan continent, in quest for penis. And a lot of them are widowed, which means that they have their husband's money. And yeah, so and I talked to a Brit, and she told me exactly how it works. So, these chicks, these bras, they sugar baby, a pretty African boy. And by sugar baby him, I mean pay for his tuition and stuff like that. Really just give him the funds that they should be given to their own sons, paying his way through, what's that, Cambridge or something like that, and what she was telling me also, because she's also African or half Nigerian, she was also saying that they already have their girlfriend at home in their home country, in this case, Nigeria. They already have their girlfriends ready. And they're like, listen, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get my citizenship, or I'm going to bring you to London, or I am going to come back to the country as a educated man, as a European educated member of society. Therefore I'm not making $1.42 anymore. I can, I have that. So they're doing this, but these women get dropped. They get dropped. And trust me, I don't mind the sugar baby or sugar mama dynamic. I do mind when the sugar daddy or mama don't know what's up. Most of the daddies know what's up. They know exactly what it is. They know that 19-year-old is not getting with your 89-year-old self if you wasn't supporting her clothing allowance and all that stuff, and that you didn't make a generous donation, to her lifestyle in your will. She knows that. I mean, see, he knows that. But a lot of these women think that they're hot. A lot of these Brits really think that they're hot, and that, that they prefer older Brits over younger Neri. I don't know what's going on. That's a strange delusion. And I think race is also a factor. I think that there's this belief that Black men throughout the diaspora has like a natural attraction to white women. I don't think we do. In fact, I'm almost certain that we don't. But we do want to be treated well, and at least here in the States, we do know that there's a higher probability that they'll treat you well, better than the African American women. But that's not a physical thing.
most especially when you do not have people like you do not have the support system. It can get lonely. It's like waking up and going to a foreign country where you cannot speak their language. It gets lonely. And really nothing much can prepare you for the experiences that you're going to find in a new country or in a new environment. But all I can say is basically expect the worst. At least when you see the good, then your heart will come down. But be prepared for the worst. At least let it turn out otherwise. But at least you know you left America knowing I'm going to a place where nobody knows me. This mindset of some American people thinking, I'm coming to the motherland. Everyone should be seeing me like a king or queen. Oh my God, yada, yada, yada. Africa will humble you. And they are going to use you for clout because now they feel like you have upgraded their lives. Now they feel like they have the rights to treat African women like shit, but still they're going to compare you to African women. Oh, our women are like this. You cannot do this. They don't yell at me. Now you're yelling. Oh, they don't talk back. Now you're talking back. Oh, they didn't.
Wow. So apparently some American women are going there on some stuck up stuff. They're going there like, excuse me, I'm American, therefore everything I say is innately better than, you people, and I deserve first shot at your men. Crap. Just, it's not, you can't do what we do and expect the same results. Let me tell y'all what it's like to meet a woman who makes $1.30 or not $1.42 a day, but actually she made, I think it was like $1.30 something. And this was the poorest place that I've ever been, and that was in the Philippines. And I was with her for maybe like 5 days or so. And then and she kicked it with me every day, she didn't show me around, and that's because she makes $1.40 a day. There's nothing that she's used to doing that I want to do. I don't, like whatever $1.40 people, $1.30 a day people do for entertainment, I got a feeling that I wouldn't like that, especially not on vacation. So I took her places that's regular to me. But she was just ecstatic for being there. And when I say regular, fellas, listen to me. I took her to Wendy's, right? I took her to Wendy's. She never had Wendy's. Now in the Philippines, regular restaurants like McDonald's and Wendy's and stuff, they serve rice and chicken too. They don't have that here, but it's a different culture. So they have like rice and chicken. They have the regular Wendy's meal, and then they have rice and chicken, and that's what she ordered. And I kid you not, like a year and a half later, she hit me up because she got a maid job in Dubai later, which pays more. And like I say, people will move for a little bit to make a lot more money and then come back with whatever they say. And she was like, hey, look at this. This is the restaurant that we ate at. I'm like, dang, you remember Wendy's like that. And you want to know what she asked for? She was like, can you get me some pillows? She's like, can you get me some pillows? And I was like, yeah. We went to the mall, and I always got her stuff. And she was like, she was highly appreciated. And this is what we want, fellas. She appreciated every single little thing that I did that women in the States take for granted. Every little thing. I bought her a Jamba Juice. She was just ecstatic. She never had a Jamba Juice before. I didn't even think about it. I just wanted one for myself. And of course, I'm going to offer her one. She was just ecstatic. I bought her a Jamba Juice. Bought her some Wendy's. She was just ecstatic. I bought her some Wendy's. We had pizza. She was just ecstatic. I got her some pizza. And you want to know what really sealed it? What really killed it was we was walking down the street, and it was actually apparently for being little people, and this isn't me insulting, Filipinos really like basketball. So walking down the street with some dudes playing basketball, and it was a stray that came her way. So I pushed her back before I caught it and threw it back at him, and which is something that regularly do. You don't just let a bro get hit with a basketball. Like, so it's just like a natural instinct. You're gonna like move her out the way and catch the ball. If you move her out the way just in case you don't catch the ball, it's just a natural thing, and she just thought that was just like the greatest thing ever, right? Like I just was kung fu fighting against all those dudes against her or something like that. So it's amazing. So that's what it's like being a man in that situation. Where people are making like less than $2 a day, where women are making like less than $2 a day. And she was happy about them pillows. And the other broads. Oh, and here's what I mean by the other broads. So she got the job in Dubai. I haven't really heard from her in years, but she lived in a boarding house with 7 other women. So it's just like a room with bunk beds and apparently no pillows. So she got pillows, and now she's just the queen of that little boarding house. So that's what it's like, fellas. So if you go to Africa, knowing that they're making like $1.42, yes, they will treat you like a king, because you are opening up a whole new world to them for nothing. These broads, they are out their mind.
No. Now they're going to compare you to the typical African girl. But mind you, you are from a fast-paced environment, and your mind does not work like that. So literally, you're gonna have to belittle yourself to fit in. The man that you're gonna be laying with next to you in Africa, just know, 100% he is capable of robbing you. Okay? I know, guys, I'm not trying to discourage you, but it's the reality. It's different for men and women. So you must have a mindset of, I am a lady. He must know you got something that he must not step on you, but don't show him that. Like, it's like me, Natkunda Esther. I am working. I can provide for everything that I want. If a man is going to come into my life, they know for sure, if I don't provide for her, she can even get somebody better than me, or even her herself, she can provide. But don't have a mindset of me, Natkunda Esther, I can do everything for myself. So even when I'm in this relationship, I will keep on doing everything for myself. So I'm saying, being with African men, don't bring that mindset, because now they're gonna use you. They're gonna give you the bare minimum. And Black men in Africa, they suffer with something called the bare minimum.
They're gonna give you the bare minimum. They're only gonna put a third of their penis in you. What's the bare minimum? They're not after these dudes for their money. They're just after them for like a sense of companionship and really a sense of validation. But the validation thing is gone, because you're paying for it. And I'll be honest, a lot of these chicks are petty as hell. And they just want to, here's what it is. And this is the same with those Jamaican broads. And I'm not talking about the women in Jamaica. I'm talking about the women that go to Jamaica to get a rub down by a dreadlock dude, both black and white. And this is the same about the chicks who be doing those dance and bear parties and stuff like that. And those parties where they have like a stripper off shirt dude, with the Sean McLong, sticking out, and they just take turns, sucking whipped cream off of it. So those chicks aren't really doing it for the sexual gratification. They're not paying for it for the sexual gratification. They're paying for it to feel like men. They're doing that they just want to do what men do and feel the way men feel while doing it. Like sleeping with a stripper or sexing a stripper, segging a stripper, is something that men would do if they could, you know. But there's one caveat, and that is, you know, sex isn't as available to men as it is to women. So no matter what, you don't get that sense of accomplishment because it's not as difficult to accomplish. So really, you're making a fool of yourself. And African women are looking at you like you're a fool. Like, why are you here behaving like a man? Why are you here paying men for sexual attention? That is the dumbest thing on earth from their point of view. So, Ismail says, peace game changer. Ever so often, the YouTube algorithm hits it right. Yeah. You know, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it. Yeah, my channel don't really, you know, I've been shadow banned and all kind of stuff. But yeah. Thanks for coming through. Look at her face. She looks like she's about to turn into a zombie. I'm not talking about her looks. I'm talking about the expression. Hey, if you pause anybody at any random time, you're going to get some weird expressions. So this one right here is the expression of somebody that just got bit and it's about to be, you know, 45 seconds before they turn into a zombie. All right.
Minimum syndrome. They will give you the bare rest of the bare rest minimum. And they expect your entire self in return. Okay? So sis, let no man take advantage of you. Let no man, don't be a victim when you come to Africa. Don't. I had to take a deep sigh. I got everything out from my chest. But keep on watching our channel because like you really get to know what really goes down on the ground in the motherland. Because girl, if you're gonna come and you're naive and you're just excited to be in the motherland and have your African boot there, you might end up having the worst experience of your life. Okay? So don't pack your life all together at once. Come give it a try 1, 2, 3 months and see how it's going. And if it's going good, then you can make a profound decision to leave America. And if you see it's kind of like sketchy, he's not stepping up, he's not giving you money, he's not paying for your housing, he's not feeding you, he is not good enough to be your man. Because if he was...
She is still naive. She's still naive. Not stupid, not anything. It's just that she hasn't met enough Western women to understand that they're not looking for providers. You don't go to a place where the median income, you don't leave a place where the median income is 50,000 and then go to a place where the median income is 1,500 because you're looking for a provider. She don't understand a woman getting with a man who's not looking for a provider because it's stupid. It's too stupid for her to fathom. Zone, take care of that, what you see on the screen. Thanks a bunch. So she don't really understand that they're not really looking. For one, they're looking to spite Black men. They're looking to be Black men, and they're looking to spite Black men. They're looking to, and this is the same with Stella Got a Groove Back. They're looking to, you know, nah. I got some big D. It's like, listen, we don't care. We don't care. The value that you get from in Africa or wherever you go is not going to compare to the value that I get pushing that little Filipina girl away from the basketball and just seeing like the look of appreciation in her eyes. It's never going to compare to that. You know, it's never going to compare like, you know, like knowing that it didn't take me much with this woman, but that is the most memorable time of her life. Like, I took her to places that's just basic to me, but these are places that she'd never seen or been ever in her own country. There's a certain satisfaction from things that men get that you will never get. So stop trying to stop chasing, your penis fantasies. It's not. You're going there trying to be the man in a relationship with a culture of men that are used to being the men in a relationship. And even if they let you get away with that crap temporarily, for green cards and other stuff, even if they let you get the only reason why they're doing that is so that they could take that monies back to their mother country, their mother continent, and then become the man of the household. And some of them, they take those British pounds back to their country, and now they're the man of several households. See, y'all don't know how third world works. Y'all don't know how third world works. What little, like what we spend in a month, will set them up. It will set them up. Talk to my barber, right? I never met this dude, don't know him from nothing, right? He got a Filipino woman pregnant. And he said what he did was he gave the woman $5,000. Not $5,000 a month, not $5,000 a year, not $5,000 a quarter, or anything like that. He gave her $5,000 for the entirety of that child's upbringing. And she was happy as I don't know what for that $5,000. You just gave her 10 years of pay. And because she got it, like JG Wentworth, like instead of for like earning it, like $1 a day for 10 years, she got it all in one lump sum. I need cash now. Because what they do is they buy a business. That's what they do. And he told me, I think she bought like a laundry business with that. They buy a business. They buy like a taxi or something like that. They buy like one of those street vendors where they sell you cheap clothes and shoes and stuff. But in this case it was a laundry business. So, they buy a business and you set them up. And not only that, y'all need to wisen up. Listen. Go to your local 7-Eleven, right? Go to a 7-Eleven and then think back. Like, because I don't go to 7-Eleven often, right? But go to a 7-Eleven that you haven't been in say maybe like a year or two. And then think like, wait a minute, is this the same person? Is this the same Indian dude that was here 2 years ago? And I guarantee you it's not. Why? Because you want to know what happened? They come here, they work a 7-Eleven for a good year or so, and then they take that money back. They're like, man, you just hooked me up with this, $20 an hour, no paid overtime, 12 hours a day. Yes, I'm working my butt off, and yes, I'm dealing with fat women and all kind of obnoxious people. But you set me up. I'm taking this year's pay. I'm going back to a country where I get 2 rupees a day, and I am set up. and then they just keep cycling them through. That's why you don't see them. They're not making a career out of this. It's the same concept. That's why the chick I was telling you about. That's why she went to Dubai. She's going to work there, and then she's going to go back to the Philippines with a nice wad in her pocket. So same with the chick with the kids. She's like, listen, I got a nice wad in my pocket now. I could start a bit. He said he never got any complaints or requests or Western Union requests for anything ever. And that's it. Now these broads is suffering from the same thing that a lot of these dudes suffer from when they bring these people back. Because you see, America isn't really, Americans aren't, well, the problem with America is America itself as it pertains to that. It's not in the it's not necessarily in the people. It's the laws, it's the infrastructure, it's everything that makes it what it is, meaning that it corrupts you. It corrupts everybody. So you bring a person here and they will be corrupted. And this is to you men who think you are stupid. You are stupid. Anywhere but the Philippines, you are stupid. If you go to Brazil and bring it's unless you just like a, unless you just so happen to be that dude anyway. But if you are like an average to slightly above average dude in every aspect of life, meaning like looks, money, status, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and you just bring home a 9.99999, and you bring one of those back to America, you stupid if you think that's going to work. If you think that's going to work for you long time, you a dude that make 75K, and then you bring her to the US and you're like, hey, you know something? Let's go to a Warriors game. Let's go to a Warriors game and let's sit in the front row. This will impress her. And then she's going to see those 6'9" pretty boys, with wads in their pocket bigger than yours. And he's going to see that 9.999. It's over now. It's over. It's his turn now. It's over. Shout out to Puffy. Don't bring your girl around me. Like, why'd you bring your girl around him? These hoes ain't loyal. Why did you do that? Why did you bring your chick to the land of big dick and big wallets? That was stupid. That was stupid. Now let me talk about you broads. If you bring your dude, your developing country dude to the West, thinking that he's going to stay, if you bring dude to a place of money and opportunity, you're stupid. You are stupid. Stella, you're stupid. You brought a 20-something-year-old to the U.S. and then you sent him to from Jamaica to the U.S. and then you sent him to Stanford, which is as close to the Ivy League on the West Coast that you could possibly get, thinking that he gonna stay, with your old ass. Like, he not gonna take that money, education, and status, because this woman just said, You know, the local chicks are looking for status and money and education. You think he's not going to take that back to his home country with a green card to come back to America anytime he wants to make money and a Stanford degree? You are stupid. Filipinos is the only ones I know with an honor system. And I'm not saying, trust any chick, just because of her culture, but I'm saying, like, as far as like guys that I know whose wives have been with them for like, forever in this country, has always been Filipinas. I seen Russian. I seen this bad. I don't know what type of Slavic she was. I seen this bad Slavic chick with a Ron Jeremy looking nigga. And I just looked, I was just in shock because I was very young and I didn't understand the concept of mail order brides and stuff like that. I was just looking like, this makes no sense. And dude was below regular as far as like looks and income and stuff and status. It did not make, and she was working with him. It did not make, so meaning that, he wasn't being like the sole provider in her house. And surely enough, she left that dude. How you gonna bring a 9+ home to a trailer park thinking that this situation gonna last? And you taking her to work with you, knowing that, it's better dudes, it's better looking dudes in the form of me at the job. Now I don't go after dudes' wives, but I'm just saying, like, it's dudes with more money. You stupid. Another story. New dude from university, right? And while he was here on a student visa, he married an Asian woman, right? And had a kid. So his green card was set. His green card was set. It was set. And then he divorced her. And then I seen him again years after graduation. And I seen him again years after graduation. And I was like, so how's your daughter? Because I know they had a kid. He was like, she's fine. She's getting used to, her new mothers. She had trouble adjusting to her new mothers. I was like, mothers? What, you bringing that polygamy stuff here? He was like, no. So this is his story, right? And I don't know how it ended. Maybe I should call him. Every time he bought a wife from Kenya to the US, they start off regular, but they end up irregular. And I'm like, oh man, not only did you bring them here, they're black, which means it's worse because it's a shorter period of time for the corruption to get into their soul. Why? Because they got to have their hair did. They got to get their hair did. They got to get their hair did. Now, what does that mean? That means that they have to go to the weavery. What do they call those places? Is it a weavery or something? They have to go to the weavery with all of these other ratchet ass broads and get corrupted each and every single time that they scalp get itchy. So the corruption gets deeper and deeper every time she goes to the weavery. And then that's it. It's over. I want half, Eddie. That happened to him twice, and he's going to do it again. Because it's nothing for him to just call his people and say, send me a wife. The way he described it, I swear that's what he was doing. Like, hey, I need another wife. I swear that's what this dude is doing. So last time I seen him, which was, if I had to say, it was like maybe 8 years ago. I just seen him in passing at a CVS. He might. I don't know. Like, I don't know if he got this. He said he was in the process of getting another one. like he's like, yes, I'm sending another wife over. I'm having another wife sent over. This dude is. And the worst thing is you take them to work with you. What you want to do is you want to minimize the American influence that you give these chicks, because the more these American broads get into these broads' head, the sooner the decline will be. So he hooks them up with jobs to help them with the income, and that's just going to foster the whole independent thing. But even if he wasn't giving them job and he was housewifing them, it's still the weavery. It is still the weavery, and they got to go there, and it's got to be Black women that do it. Like, you could send her to the nail salon where the bras be there like ching. Like, you could send them there all day and they come back regular because they don't understand it. But once you send them to that weavery, you get like a whole different bitch. You do. Let's see what else she has to say.
If he was with an African woman, he would do it because he is obliged to.
All right, let me address this. I got offered and I didn't take it. 50 G's for a Filipina that I didn't see. It was a dude I worked with named Antonio. And he said that if I ever wanted to do that, he would find somebody. I would have to do it for 3 years. Now I think Trump changed the game and made it to where you have to have a kid too. So it's like, listen, it's 3 years and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to sleep with him or nothing like that. And it's fair game. So once again, this was in the 90s that this was offered. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it.
It's just that here in Africa, they know they are obliged to providing the bare minimum, because as African ladies also we suffer from accepting the bare minimum syndrome. So your standard in America, you must keep up to that standard. Don't play yourself down for the sake of being with an African man. Anyway, I've talked a lot, but let me know what you think about.
Oh, and ladies, y'all can do that too. Just come to Silicon Valley and find the Indian dude, and he's very likely here on an H-1B. H-1B, simply put, means that you have to have a particular set of skills that's uncommon here in the U.S. And you have to stay working, meaning that you have to work at a job that will sponsor your H-1B visa, which is a precarious situation because, it means a company can fire and deport you at the same damn time. Those guys will break bread, to get that card. A lot of guys, what they do is they get a wife from their country and they have a kid here, and that kid is the link. They wait for that kid to grow up, and then that kid is the link to their citizenship. And I'll admit it, because the type of work I do, I work with Indian dudes, H-1B Indian dudes. I was trying to hook them up. I like, hey, if you're looking to spend, and you want to get married, I'll talk to some people. And the funny thing about that story was, and I was shocked, I asked about 3 of the brokest females I know, and they all said no. I'm like, wait a minute. You do realize you're broke, right? This is like 2015. Didn't understand it. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me with that. But yeah, that's an aside.
The comment section, have you had these experiences? Do you have some fears? Let's talk about it all in the comment section. But see, at the end of the day, I always say, however bad things that you hear, hey, you know, if we were having a mindset of like, oh, I've heard this person say about this, so let me fear taking this step, we will never be nowhere. We will never be nowhere. All I'm saying is listen, understand, pick up some things, and then know what to do with that knowledge. Okay? Don't fear taking the step. You just have to be smart. It's like me. I knew I wanted to travel, even if I was broke, but still I ended up traveling. You give it a try, but be smart. Black men have it the easier way. I love you guys so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you.
I like how she just ended on that note. Black men just have it better. Okay, so let me share some comments with y'all. Let's see. Let me see if I could find like a particularly egregious comment. She not playing. She telling the truth. Black American women. So it looks like she has a male audience. I want to see what some of the black females have to say to this. Oh, wait a minute. I married a Ghanaian man in 2020, and I can testify that 100% of what she said in this video is true. Okay, so let's take a look at what Kimberly has to say. Let's take a look at what Kimberly has to say. I married a Ghanaian man in 2020, and I can testify that 100% of what you said in this video is the truth. One must be prepared to foot the bill unless you are okay with living the impoverished lifestyle in the village or, like you said, the bare minimum. I do not look at this as just an African-American man issue. It's not an African-American man. When was the last time an African-American man, told you to live in a village? I mean, no matter how broke, dusty dude you find here, he makes more than $1.42 a day. Unless you really down bad. I don't look at it as an African-American man issue because there are plenty of men living off women in the States. Well, that's because it's plenty of women like you in the States doing that. I mean, you know that the only way that men will tolerate you is if you pay them. I think that the difference is that it is difficult to find an African man who is at your level. You think? You think? Why is it so difficult for me to find an African man at my level? Ooh, Black Ram is on, so I'll be there after this. Why do you think that it's so difficult to find an African American man at my level when my level is above 50K? I mean, you literally make like not 500 times. You literally make over 100 times what the average person makes. What, he makes 15K? No, not 100 times, but you make like 30 times what the average person makes. Why would you think that you would find them on your level? That's like an NBA player going to Tillman Elementary School looking for a basketball player that's on his level. Or what's that called? So apparently midgets get together. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not gonna laugh. Y'all wrong for laughing. Y'all wrong for laughing. Apparently there's a midget convention. Apparently there's somewhere in this country this year they will have a midget convention. I kid you not, look it up. And that's like recruiting NBA there. That's like having an NBA recruiter there. I think the difference is that it's difficult to find an African man who is at your level when it comes to education, finance, travel, faith, and culture. An African American man will be anything that you want to him, want him to be online and over the phone, but in person, it's a whole different thing. Get ready to be the family savior and a walking ATM. Okay. So yeah, you're crapping on African American men. Holy crap, there's a picture. Hold up. Hold up. There's a picture. Okay, so uh-oh. Uh-oh, there's content. Oh shit. All right, let's see. Okay, so it's just a picture of her kid. Not much there. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button.
This African American lady is
All right, let's see some more comments. That was a jewel. All right, let's see. As a former military attaché working at the embassy in Senegal, let's see. This was evident to me. Thank you for sharing the honest truth. I have seen so many African American women get hurt because they don't understand the African culture. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Black women here. Thank you for educating. Oh, crap. I detect sarcasm. And she responded. Let's see. Thank you for educating lonely and desperate Black American women who have the funds to purchase a passport and airline ticket. I pray that they'll take heed to what you're saying and find inner peace with themselves. It's a blessing from the Most High, Yahshua. That's his name, right? That's one of his names. When you have peace and quiet in your life. All right. And some religious talk. Let's see. Oh, she just said amen. Oh, crap. Okay. That was a wasted read. Let's see. Finally, someone speaking the truth. I live in Cameroon, Africa for 2 years. I have traveled several countries with my husband, and everything this woman is saying is true. We as African American women are too strong to live in a male dominated societies. Hey, the fact that you have a husband there, means that you got down. Oh, crap. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. All right, hold up. All right, there we go. I lived on a continent, Nairobi, Kenya. I loved it. I spent extended time in Tanzania, blah, blah, blah. I love my stay. Men are accustomed to slaving away to be used for their finances no matter where in the world. Okay. He has a point. But I want to hear what the women have to say. I really want to hear somebody complain. Oh, ooh, this one got a fake profile. Let's see. With an Afro chick? Okay. I'm AFR. What's that? Amber living in Europe. Stay with what? Okay, so I don't think English is this person's first language. My Ghanaian neighbor told me her Ghanaian daughters to marry European men. She has to do everything, work 2 jobs, provide, cook, clean, take care of the family. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we are a better deal. Western men are a better deal for non-Western women, but Western women are a worse deal for everybody in the world. All right, let's see. Female, female, female. Thank you for busting the American bubble. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. I'm a Black American woman. Oh, she look quote unquote thick. Thank you for busting the American bubble. I'm a Black American woman who is dating a Nigerian man that I met here in the States. His whole family is here, but we travel to Nigeria every year, and I can honestly say that everything you're saying is accurate. Not that my African boo thing robs me, but well, he's here. He's technically African American. Robs me, but I did have a change I did have to change my Miss Independent mindset because I do more. I do make more money than him, and I don't want him thinking, "Oh, she got it." Um, with everything, because of how American women in general are brought up, we have had plenty of conversations about him doing his part here in the States and me doing mine. And we work together. Now when we are back in Nigeria, he usually is very generous because dollars stretch there. Okay. All right, let's see. Down earth breaking. Ooh, another chick. Okay. So even the women are on the same page. Like it seems like every woman that's been to the continent are saying the same thing. They're saying that they have to get down with the program. They're saying that they have to get down with the program, and they are looking at what happens to the women that don't get down with the program. I love the way we are all on the same page in this video. Let's continue to help and educate each other. Thanks. I subscribe because okay. See, they all are with the program. I want to see some pushback. Culturally, we are raised differently because we are taught to be bold and speak up for ourselves. Yeah, exactly. Nobody likes that crap. Nobody. Thank you for sharing. Passport Bro stands up. What she has to respond to that? Throwing it up like a gang sign. Okay. Love this lady, funny as hell. Come lame and broke. Got me. Okay, I don't know what that is. All right, yeah, I'm about to shut it down. Let's see. Always spin facts. I love you for that, sis. Okay, so yeah, she is getting love. So they are learning. You know, no continent for Western broads. They have learned. I have nothing, I have nothing else to say for that. Hey, lesson learned. Lesson learned. You tried to, I don't know what you were trying to do there, to be perfectly honest with you. But whatever it is, it didn't work. You realize that, and you either, got robbed, or you came back to the US with your tail between your legs. Or you got down with the program, which is what we've been telling you to do here. Black men have been telling you to do that here. Like, listen, you need to get down with this program. Like, oh no, I'll just go to Africa. You have traveled the world on Aladdin's carpet ride before you just got down with the program here. You're like that imbecile student that instead of for actually studying and doing your homework, you just go from different professor, hoping to find one that's easy enough to let you graduate. All right, J Lock said, I want to go to that midget convention. I wouldn't mind going. I wouldn't mind going because for one, I've already been to a midget convention. It's called Asia. Yeah. Ha. But okay, if I go to hell, it'll be because I say stuff like that. But, but no. If you ever want to go to a place where you just feel like a basketball player and you always the tallest person in the room, me, I'm 6'0". I know some guys here are shorter, but me, I'm 6'0". So I'm not necessarily going to be the tallest man in the room. They have like 6'2" dudes and stuff like that. I'm taller than average, but life isn't about average. There's going to be in a regular room full of black and white Americans. Chances are some of them are going to be 6 and some change. And but in Asia, people ask me, a 6'0" nerd, am I a basketball player? And of course, I say yes. Why, yes, I am. You've never seen a black person before. And now you have a story to tell. You could tell your friends that you met an American basketball player. You know, you're welcome. I gave you that story is a lie, but that I'll tell you a story. Yeah, I'm a basketball player. This is the happiest day of your life. So, but yeah, you do get that tallest man in the room or on the block there. But if you aren't 6 foot, you know, you're like a 5'6" dude, and you want to have that same feeling, then yeah, go to the midget convention. Go to the midget convention, you know. So yeah, that's what you do there. Anyway, I like to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Hit the like button, because what happened was I did a video before this, and when you're doing back to back, the second one they don't send out notifications on the second one. So I kind of seen this coming. So, you know, hit the like button so it could drive you through the algorithm. Anyway, this is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.